Well, former New Zealand Test captain Taine Randall has been leading a different type of tour over the past couple of weeks. He's got his hands on that elusive Webb Ellis Cup, which is very exciting as part of the Heineken tour. And he joins me this morning. Taine, thank you very much for popping into Good Living.
Good morning.
It's lovely to have you here, and I know that yesterday it was a bit of a long dash down from Nelson, so we appreciate you popping in. How did it go last night?
Yeah, fantastic. At the Running Bull on Riccarton Road.
Yeah.
Very, very good. I just a wee bit uncomfortable with the pink flowers and the
too much pink here for you?
Yeah, but otherwise, been fantastic.
And I know lots of people out and about supporting you last night. It's so exciting to be able to see this amazing cup.
Yeah, I mean, in New Zealand we don't do hype. Yeah, we don't do over the top, and I fully agree with that. But it's been really interesting seeing people come along, a bit standoffish, but you know, when they see this cup, which we actually haven't had we haven't owned in New Zealand for 23 years,
yes.
Great deal of excitement, especially with what we know is coming next year.
That's exactly right. Perfect lead up to that. How did you get this job, Taine?
I don't know. Maybe it's well qualified in the eating and drinking stage.
Which is a prerequisite for any kind of tour, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's been fantastic. Trip almost 2 weeks ago we started up in Whangarei, and we've been through every place that town and city down to Christchurch so far that we're hosting World Cup games next year, and a few other places in between.
Those lucky places in between get a wee look as well.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about the cup, the Webb Ellis Trophy? Do you know a little bit about the background of it?
What I do know now is that no one's allowed to touch it.
Right, no, so no one.
Except our security guard has to wear these nice felt sort of white gloves. Yeah, which is a long way from when it first, when it first came in '87. Talked to Keith Quinn, the doyen of New Zealand rugby, and he was saying, when he wanted to do a promo with it and rang the rugby union up, and they said, oh yeah, just come around and pick it up. And at the time he had great photos, the World Cup, Ranfurly Shield, the Bledisloe Cup, and the NPC Trophy, all packed in the back of his Hillman Hunter. And that's just the way it was then. But as the tradition, as the history of the cup has improved, and as the profile of the Rugby World Cup is what it is now, it's allegedly the third biggest sporting event in the world. Now it is on a pedestal, and we're very, very lucky in New Zealand. The access that they have given to us, people can come up, get nice and close, get your photo. Because I know certainly when it goes overseas after it leaves here in a few days, it's basically roped off you in a photo. It's like,
yeah, exactly. This is a really good opportunity. Until, of course, we get it back here next year.
Yeah, exactly. So. Then we'll do whatever we want with it.
Yeah. But a big thank you to Heineken for allowing us to do this, because not a lot of people get a chance to see it like this.
No, and it's all about momentum. And Heineken took it over from IMG, who have the basically rights to the cup, and they've done another in soccer with the World Cup. And same thing, giving New Zealanders, all of us, a chance to, hey, come and see what the big, the World Cup is next year, what actually is the thing that our guys are playing for.
Yeah. Talking about rugby, can I talk about rugby with you? And this time next year, I mean, hopefully we'll all have our fingers crossed. How are you feeling? What do you think the lead-up's been like so far from your point of view?
There's a year is a long time. 6 months is a long time in international rugby. I mean, if you look at how far the Springboks have fallen from this time last year, well, even more so how high the All Blacks have risen, a year is a long time in rugby. So I don't think you can actually read too much in how we're going in terms of the World Cup. But in saying that, there's so many things I believe that are in the All Blacks' favour. A lot of experience. Teams that win the World Cup have very experienced, good teams, and they have a couple of young guys coming through, adding that X factor, and I believe we've got a whole lot of that. The other biggest factor, New Zealand All Blacks do very well in New Zealand.
Yeah,
talking to a lot of overseas players when I played overseas, most people love coming to New Zealand. Fantastic place to come on holiday. Absolutely rancid place to come and play rugby. One, because the All Blacks are so good in New Zealand, but also there's a lot of pressure, and the intimidation factor of our home hosting on rugby players is what a lot of teams do not like. So let's make sure we keep a lot of that.
Yeah, exactly. We've got to go with that, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We do.
Hey, are you missing rugby? Because, of course, you're playing in the UK with Saracens, is that right? Have you been playing since you came back?
I finished almost 5 years ago. I didn't miss it at all. Got involved at a very slight club level in Hawke's Bay. and found that surprisingly enjoyable.
Good.
As, assistant coach level, I found that surprisingly enjoyable, which was good. And then obviously club stuff when you get a few injuries. Oh God, 3 games to go, had to borrow some boots. Same sort of thing again. Actually going back and playing for the sheer thrill and exhilaration of playing a sport, playing rugby, which is a game I've played and enjoyed for so long. Really enjoyed it. Did sort of take its toll, given my lack of training, but had a great time.
So you're enjoying the Hawke's Bay, no plans to move down and help Otago out? They haven't been having that much of a good season.
Otago coming last, no, and they don't need my help to get it even worse. I obviously played my whole career in Otago. It is very sad where they are at the moment. They've got some serious issues, not just playing wise, but administration. I see a couple of things which, the appointment of Jamie Joseph and Simon Culhane for the Highlanders next year, I believe is going to be of immense value.
That experience.
Yeah, it's not good at the moment.
Yeah.
Understatement.
But they are making some changes, obviously, for next year.
They will improve. And they're not going to win or even get. They might get close. I don't know. Doubt before they get close to the semis. But as long as they can play to their potential, that's anyone who can ask. And at the moment, they're not even close to doing that.
Oh, well, we'll keep our fingers crossed for them as well.
Well, of course.
Yeah, I know, one-eyed Cantabrians. Thank you so much for joining us, Taine. We really do appreciate it. And for bringing in this beautiful Webb Ellis Cup, which is, of course, the Rugby World Cup, and proudly brought to you by Heineken. So, Taine, thank you very much, and good luck with the rest of the tour.